what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So we're going to go ahead and start by concealing our eyebrows. We don't want anything poking through later on in the look. So yeah, I'm not really good at this, so I just did what I could and left it at that. After you put the glue, you want to set it with some translucent powder. That way it's not going to move around or anything. And the way I know that I did this right is that brow that's like already looks like it's covered, and then this brow that looks like it's messed up. That's how I know I did that one wrong, but I just kept going because I did this like 3 times already. So I went ahead and corrected my eyebrows so the darkness wouldn't poke through, and then after that I'm going to go over it with some concealer. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and it actually covered really good, so I would recommend this one. When I'm blending in my concealer, I'm making sure to just tap on top of my brows because you don't want to disturb the glue or anything underneath if you like try to sweep over it or something. So yeah, just tap. I'm then going to hit that with some more translucent powder because we don't want anything moving around later on. And then next I'm going to be taking my Milani brow tint pen just to basically sketch out everything that I'm going to be doing. And I'm using this drawing that I did as reference. I wanted to recreate her and bring her to life, so that's what this look is influenced by. And I wanted to do like a Bratz challenge look for the longest time, but I didn't know like how I wanted to do it, so I just kind of wanted to do her a little bit different. Instead of like a typical Bratz doll, this is like my twist on a Bratz doll. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty explanatory on what I'm doing as you watch, and like I said, I'm just sketching everything out, and then we're going to go ahead and fill things in. So I'm using my white Snazaroo face paint to fill the whites of the eye, and then I'm going to be using some eyeshadow for like the actual, is it called an iris? Or no, your pupil is like the black part, you know what I mean, the inside of the eye. I'm taking this brown eyeshadow from Joann's Beauty, and I'm just going to be packing that all throughout the eye. I am using that whole top row though to kind of give the eye dimension, so I use like the dark brown on the outer parts and then a lighter brown right here on the front, or like the center of the eye, just to make it look a little more three-dimensional. And then I'm taking some black Snazaroo face paint to fill in my pupil. I also decided to bring this onto the top of my lid because I felt like it just wasn't believable if I had my eyes open, so I decided to have my eyes closed with this look and, you know, make it look more realistic. So yeah, and then I go in with my NYX black eyeliner to basically outline everything. And I also decided to add some little black lines throughout the eye because naturally your eye is gonna have like lines in it to give it like some dimension. So I just went around the whole circle and did that, and also added some white in there too just to brighten up the eye. And later I will be adding some more colors to the eye just to again make it brighter. But I went ahead and set the iris with some black eyeshadow, and then took my white Snazaroo face paint and added some highlights into the eye. And now I'm working on the eyelid, so I just went ahead and basically did a cut crease, and I'm using that gold shimmery shade from the same Dark Lust palette and basically filling that whole thing in. Now I'm working on like is it like a frown in the eye? I don't know, but yeah, I'm doing this part, and yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but you can watch. So I didn't want the lid to look so flat, so I took some more of that brown eyeshadow and packed this like in the outer and inner corner of the eye to give it dimension. And then I also added some black liner in my waterline, that way when I close my eyes you won't see any skin. And of course I coated my real lashes with some mascara so they would blend in with the iris as well. So I already did my other eye off camera, but I'm going to go to the face and we're going to use the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base to prime. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Soft Beige. Next, I'm going to be contouring with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast, and then I'm going to be using my AOA Studios F7 brush. Does anybody else's hand get tired when you're blending? Because mine did, so I had to switch it. For my nose, I'm going to be using this angled brush from Joann's Beauty's 32-piece brush sets, and I'm just using that because it's a lot easier to blend because I have like huge eyes now, so yeah, it's actually really good for blending nose contour. And now I'm going to be highlighting using that same Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And to blend that out, I go between this tapered, fluffy blending brush from Joann's Beauty's 32-piece brush set as well, and then a AOA Studios F4 brush. And you can get the AOA Studios brushes at shopmissa.com, and I'll leave that link in the description box below. Then I'm going to set everything with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade 10. Next, I'm going to be contouring, and I'm using my e.l.f. palette. It's the light to medium contour palette, and I'm using the two shades on the bottom. And yeah, basically doing what I would normally do, contouring all around my face. And of course, I'm cutting my cheeks to give a stronger contour because, again, I want to look like a doll. So yeah, we need this to be intense. Now to bring this look to life, I'm going to be drawing on some brows, and I kind of had a struggle with these brows. You can see me like adjusting them as I go, and I even got as far as to do both brows and filling them in with eyeshadow and even trying to clean them up, and I hated them. So I ended up completely wiping them off and starting all over, but it's cool. If you're struggling, just take your time. Brows are always hard. And here I'm filling in my new brow bone with that same golden shade that we used on our lid. I'm making sure to be very careful because this is where my real brows are underneath. So yeah, especially right here, I'm trying to like blend some eyeshadow because I felt like that line right there was just too awkward. So I added a little bit of brown right there, but even at that, I was trying to be very careful not to disturb the hairs underneath all of that like concealer and glue. And this is where I'm going to be adding details to the eyes. So I'm using the NYX Vivid Brights eyeliners. I'm using the yellow one and like this green one and also the white eyeliner just to add some lines into the eyes because in brown eyes it's not always just brown. So I wanted to give her kind of like a hazel eye, and it looks a little crazy right here. I think I went a little too ham, but yeah, you know, you get me. I also went back in with some more black eyeliner just to kind of tame that down a little bit. And amongst all that craziness, I decided to go back and re-highlight my eye just to make them pop again. Now moving on to the lips, I'm basically doing the exact same thing I would normally do. I'm just overlining my lips a lot and I'm filling in the corners a little bit. So I'm using a dark brown lip liner because I feel like anytime I use red lipstick, it just makes it look so much better. It kind of adds like a contour around your lips, which makes your lips look so much fuller underneath the red. So definitely try it if you've never done it. For the red lipstick, I'm using Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in the shade Outlaw. This is one of my favorite red lipsticks ever. I love it, and it actually like never comes off. Did I just say actually? Now to make my lips a little bit more three-dimensional, I'm going to be adding some dark brown eyeshadow to the perimeters of my lips, and this is just going to make them look so much fuller and not so flat on the face. And of course, this wouldn't be a Bratz doll look without some lip highlight, so I'm just taking like a craft brush and some white face paint and randomly adding some highlight spots. And then going back to the face, I'm going to be taking this Milani blush in Gloss Time Rose and adding this to the apples of my cheeks. Then I went ahead and set my entire face with some Milani setting spray, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight. I took a combination of Illuminati and Yes from Artist Couture, and I feel like this just really topped off the whole look because it made me look plastic and I loved it. Moving back up to the eyes, I'm going to be taking a little bit of like a dark brown eyeshadow and a black eyeshadow and blending this in the lower lash line. This is just going to help make the look a little bit more realistic and three-dimensional. I also added a little beauty mark, and then of course, what would this be without the iconic lashes? So I'm just painting on some lashes with my eyeliner and then adding a drop shadow underneath each lash. I did also add some falsies to the top of my lid, and then I also drew some on. So yeah, after we do that, that basically completes the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!